everybody. Connor and Mike here. We're going to do another Encyclopedia Brown mystery here on 280 Mysteries We'll Never Get Back. I believe we're maybe this is the 13th or 14th one of these. We're working our way through the extensive catalog of the boy
Once we
genius
hit
detective.
280, will we go to Nancy Drew, or how is this going to work?
Yeah, I think we have to, work through the Bobbsey twins oeuvre, and then, there must be some sort of modern version of this. Some kid who
right?
solves mysteries in the smartphone era for kids. I mean,
right, of course.
Kids cannot still be reading these. This is
no.
If kids don't know who Nick Nolte is, they're not reading Encyclopedia Brown mysteries about people saying "gosh all willikers" and stuff. But this one is another, like we were saying, it's a bygone era in a lot of these books. This is from the second Encyclopedia Brown book, The Case of the Secret Pitch. And some of these books, mysteries have things that just seem different because they were from 1968 or whatever. And a lot of these mysteries involve, drifters coming through town and stuff like that, which I guess is just something that happened in small town a lot more often and felt a lot more normal than it would now.
Yeah, it's, again, I think, what is the Idaville? Idaville is Mayberry, is whatever. I'm trying to think of other shows that had towns that are just like, whatever you need. Mm-hmm. Someone, you must come from the freeway, that kind of stuff. So, yeah, drifters, grifters, salesmen,
But also,
flashers,
highbrow, the world's greatest violinist lived in Idaville,
yes,
and then the
exactly.
world's second greatest violinist tried to con him out of it. So, whatever you need. This one is The Case of the Hungry Hitchhiker. So you've got a hitchhiker, and they're never like hook hand hitchhikers with eye patches. They're always just like, Bruce Banner, essentially, coming from town to town. Here we go. This one, This book had a little bit of a through story that has ended now. Encyclopedia Brown had gone to a ranch and solved mysteries there or something.
Oh, very special episodes of Encyclopedia Brown.
Yeah, some of these do.
Brady Bunch go to Hawaii or whatever.
Exactly, yes.
Okay.
Encyclopedia Brown in the Case of the Sinister Tiki Idol. Encyclopedia had a good time in Texas, but for many days after his return to Idaville, he did not ride his bike. It felt too much like a horse.
Does it?
Encyclopedias,
having done both, quite a different experience, but whatever. Okay.
The Case of the Sore Ass. In the mornings, he used his brains to solve cases in the Brown garage. Afternoons, he used his feet. Usually, he walked down to Mill Creek and fished with some of the gang. Billy and Jody Turner, Pinky Plummer, Herb Stein, Charlie Stewart, and Sally Kimball, his second in command. On very hot evenings, Chief Brown drove by Mill Creek and gave Encyclopedia a lift home. "Boy, this feels great," said Encyclopedia one evening as he climbed into the air-conditioned patrol car. "It must be 90 degrees out." 93, said his father. Just then, the police radio blared. Sergeant Murphy's voice spoke from headquarters. He announced the news of a holdup. The First Federal Savings and Loan Association had been held up 10 minutes ago.
Not Fifth Thirds Bank. What is it?
Oh, God. Yes. The Fifth Third Bank of Ruth Chris.
Ruth Chris Fifth Third Bank.
God. Is that a Nashville-based thing, or is that...
I don't know. Can someone tell us what that... all I do is like shake my fist in rage and walk away when I see Fifth Third. And I never thought to look it up. Like, what is the reason?
Dash Third?
Yes. Fifth Third Bank.
The case of the terrible bank name.
Yeah, sorry.
The First Federal Savings and Loan Association had been held up 10 minutes ago. The 4 masked bandits had escaped in a blue sedan. The car was last seen racing north on National Highway. Sergeant Murphy signed off. Immediately, Encyclopedia's father picked up the two-way speaker. "This is Chief Brown," he said. "I'm at the corner of Mill and Commerce Streets. I'll go directly to National Highway. Send cars 4 and 5 out by the Midland Road. Also, telephone the police in Allentown, Mooresville, and Devon Hills." These are the Shelbyvilles of Idaville, I guess.
It's very funny that, so First National Bank.
Yes. First Federal Savings.
First Federal Savings, National Road,
Highway.
It's all
Midland
just like,
Road. This
is just someone going like, I'm not going to try to, I'm not going to be like, I'm on the corners of Crackleberry Lane and Oak Mill Street. They're just like first, third, mid, first, I don't know, whatever.
I'm next to Generic Market.
Yes.
Chief Brown put back the speaker. He swung the car about and speeded up. Encyclopedia could feel his heart beating faster. He had never been on a real cops and robbers chase before. We can't overtake them, said his father. They have too big a head start. I'm hoping that somebody saw what road they took. Chief Brown steered onto National Highway. He drove north, the direction the holdup men were reported to have taken. Ahead, Encyclopedia made out a hitchhiker, standing on the crossroads of the highway and Coconut Drive. So there you go.
Oh, okay. That's pretty crazy.
He heard your criticism. Yeah. He was a young man with a knapsack over one shoulder. If the getaway car passed this way, that hitchhiker must have seen it, said Encyclopedia. He may have, replied Chief Brown. It would depend on how long he has been standing there. Chief Brown braked to a stop beside the hitchhiker. How long have you been standing here? He asked. About an hour, answered the hitchhiker. Did a blue car with 4 or 5 men in it speed past you? It sure did, said the hitchhiker. It came from the same way you did and turned here. Gosh, it nearly ran me down. Those fellows were in a mighty big hurry. And then there's a picture. So they're
goofy. The hitchhiker went goofy.
But the chief is just remarkably friendly. I guess he's in a hurry to this hitchhiker, though. He's not like Brian Dennehy and Rambo, where he just wants to take him to the room and rough him up, and then.
It would be funny though if the hitchhiker did the immediate like, what did I do wrong, officer?
Hey man, I got a right to be here. Yeah.
Just roll your window up. I find it very aggressive, sir, that you're rolling your window all the way down.
No, you can't look in my backpack, pig.
Just be one of those hitchhikers that I just need you for the story.
It is. I mean, it was much more common. Like my dad would hitchhike back and forth from college. He in the 70s. It seemed like that was just not the realm of vagrants and hook hand guys that I grew up being told that hitchhikers were.
Yeah, in college I had friends who would just go, over the break I'm just going to hitchhike to to go hiking in Oregon or something. From, I was in Wisconsin. They'd be like, you're going to just hit, that's it? That's your plan? Like, yeah, and then they'd come back a couple weeks later. Like, yeah, it was cool. Wow.
Yeah, that's adventuresome. Anyway, you'd better climb in, said Chief Brown. The hitchhiker stared at Chief Brown's uniform. Gosh, he said, is it against the law to hitchhike? Are you taking me to jail? Climb in, said Chief Brown. Don't worry, I want you as a witness. If we catch up with the blue car, could you tell whether the driver was the same one who nearly ran you down? Yes, I'd know his face, said the hitchhiker, getting into the back seat. As Chief Brown sped the engine, he talked over the two-way radio again. Murphy, I'm heading east on Coconut Drive, he said. Have the Allentown police stop all cars. We might catch the holdup men before they leave the state. In the back seat, the hitchhiker had opened his knapsack. Care for an orange, he asked Encyclopedia. Or a piece of chocolate? Can I have a piece of chocolate, Dad? Asked Encyclopedia. You'll ruin your dinner, but this is not exactly the time to talk about it, said Chief Brown. Go ahead. Encyclopedia took the chocolate bar from the hitchhiker. He broke off 2 squares and handed back the rest. The hitchhiker put the candy into his knapsack. He got out an orange and began to peel it. He put...
I like this misdirection. This one is good.
This can't wait, sir. He began to peel it. He put the peels neatly into a paper bag. Encyclopedia moved the chocolate under his tongue. He hardly tasted it because suddenly he was scared. He dug into his pocket and came up with a stub of a pencil. There was nothing to write on, however. Dad, could I have another piece of chocolate? He asked. His father nodded. The hitchhiker gave a friendly laugh and passed over the candy bar. Encyclopedia popped the chocolate into his mouth. Slowly and carefully, so the hitchhiker couldn't see, he spread the wrapper on his leg. He wrote, Hitchhiker is member of holdup gang.
Wow.
He didn't have enough time to use articles or complete sentences.
No. As the guy sitting right next to him is looking at him like, you probably want to put the hitchhiker is the part of it.
Yeah, boy, genius. Not a grammar genius. Then he worked on the paper. Then he worked the paper over the front seat till it was on his father's lap. His father glanced down. That seems more suspicious than just handing it to him.
It does.
His father glanced down and then returned his gaze to the road. A few minutes later, they reached Allentown. Isn't there a Billy Joel song about Allentown?
I'm living here. Yes, it's one of the few songs that has a hammer and anvil as its drum beat, which I always thought is a bit of... That's not something you should normally use.
I can think of another one.
What is it?
It's called Your Life is a Lie by MGMT. It was like the band that had that hit album. They had like a follow-up. So they just had one that's an anvil is like the beat throughout the whole song.
And then what's the famous opera one? Dun, dun,
Carmen?
Dun. Is that from Carmen? Okay.
Maybe.
I don't know.
A few minutes later, they reached Allentown. Chief Brown opened the door as though he merely wanted to stretch his legs. All at once, he was around by the back door. He had his pistol out and pointed the muzzle at the hitchhiker. You rarely see guns drawn. We missed your partners, but we've got you, he said grimly, and you'll tell us all we need to know about the holdup. How did Encyclopedia know the hitchhiker was a member of the holdup gang?
Oh, it stops short of the pistol whipping that surely will happen here. Talk. No, I'm not going to talk.
I'm saying nothing. What, did your kid figure this out? Bam!
Spitting orange pulp into his face. Take that, pig.
Keep my son's name out of your mouth.
Yeah, slap. This is one of the rare instances where I feel like this is one of the easiest and most straightforward of them.
Okay, all right. I picked this one a while ago. It's been in the archive for a while.
Even though it's got those bizarre misdirections in it that we expect from Donald J. Sobel. Is that what it is?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was 93 degrees. I'm assuming Fahrenheit. It probably wasn't Celsius. That would be a little too hot.
The dad did needlessly correct his son when he said it must be 90 degrees, and he emphasized 90 pedantically.
It is actually 93 if you... I get regular two-way radio signals of the temperature from officer.
The guy was out there for an hour. The chocolate bar would have... obviously melted. You could not snap a piece of chocolate bar.
Wow, you got every detail. Wow, well done. The hitchhiker made his mistake by trying to be friendly. He never should have given the boy detective the chocolate bar. Encyclopedia had to break off 2 squares. That meant the chocolate was hard. But the hitchhiker had said he was waiting at the crossroads for about an hour on a hot day when the temperature had reached 93 degrees. Had the hitchhiker been telling the truth, the chocolate bar would have melted in the heat. Instead of being hard, it would have been like soup. That's odd. The hitchhiker could have only had one reason for lying. He had to be a member of the holdup gang who was left behind to direct pursuit away from the road that the getaway car had really taken. The fake hitchhiker confessed he had kept the knapsack in the air-conditioned getaway car till it was time to act out his part. The entire gang was quickly rounded up. So he sold out his buddies.
Yeah. I will say this.
That's the pistol whipping.
Yes. What year was this written? Do we know?
Because they were reissued. They started in 65.
Air-conditioned cars were, when I was a kid, like a little kid, were quite a thing. Like, wow, you have you paid for the air conditioning? You know, that was extra. My aunt and uncle had an air-conditioned car, and she was like, don't roll the window down. We've got the air conditioning on. But so it was sort of rare. None of my parents' cars ever had air conditioning until the
so
80s.
It's like the chief is flexing this, and the getaway guys are as well.
Yeah, I just
There's
think that's
budget meetings in Idaville. That's like, and we're paying for the police cars to be air conditioned. That should be going to schools.
Guys, I am carrying around an orange and chocolates. I'm not going to sacrifice this. When you get the getaway car, like, we're filing the numbers off of it. Does it matter? Like, it does matter because of the chocolate.
You want soupy chocolate?
Wow. Okay.
Well, I got to say, well done. That was you checked every box. You didn't just arrive at the solution. You got every detail he wanted you to pick up on there.
Oh, so. Nice. Thanks. As I said, the orange was nice.
Peeling the orange and putting it into a paper bag is a nice
sealing the touch. Paper bag. Memories of Phil Hartman on SNL, right?
What did he do?
The chef, the anal retentive chef.
Yeah.
Now we take we don't want to leave that mess there, do we? We want to put it neatly in a paper bag. Let's staple that shut just to be chaos.
Wow.
Okay.
All right. Well, the next one I think is going to be a little trickier.
Okay. Well, tune in for the next one, which will be coming a week or 10 days or whatever. Yeah. All right.
Thanks, everybody.
So long.